Hello, in this video I'll be talking about dividing fractions. As some of you have already figured out, dividing fractions is the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal. I'm going to write the rule up here for you. The rule is any fraction a over b divided by another fraction c over d is the same as a over b multiplied by d over c. So notice these stay the same, but what changes is the sign here. It changes to that, and the c over d changes to d over c. Alright, so let's put that into practice. So 1/5 divided by 1/4 is the same as 1/5 times 4 over 1. And then you just multiply across. So 1 times 4 over 5 times 1. Let's try it again. I'm gonna change that to a red one there. All right. So in this one, we have 9 over 2. That division sign is going to change to a multiplication sign. And then this 1/2 is going to switch to 2 over 1. And then what we can do is we can reduce if possible. So those each turn into 1s. And now I can multiply. 9 times 1 is 9 over 1 times 1, which is 1. Don't leave your answer like this. If your fraction can be reduced or if it can be turned into a whole number, then you should do that. Now let's try another example. In this case, we have this 9 divided by 4/9. This is it starts out as a whole number. Any whole number can be turned into a fraction quite easily by just putting it over 1. So 9 is the same as 9 over 1. And so when we go to make our new fraction, it's just 9 over 1. We change that division to multiplication, and then we change this to 9 over 4. Now we see if there's any reduction possible, which in this case there is not. So we multiply the top, 81 over 4. Oh, sorry, the top is 9 times 9 is 81, and the bottom is 4 times 1, which is 4. Now if we were solving a word problem, we would want to make this a mixed number. So we'd want to make that 20 and 1/4. However, if we're just doing a calculation, it's fine to leave it as 81 over 4, as long as it's reduced. And remember, if you cannot do any reduction here, then you cannot do any reduction here. Alright, let's try another example here. In this case, the whole number is the second number, which is fine. Before we start changing anything, let's just remind ourselves that a whole number is the same as, in this case 3, would be the same as 3 over 1. So before we get started, we do that. Now we're going to make our changes here. 3/5. Instead of dividing, we will multiply. Instead of 3 over 1, we're going to change it to 1 over 3. Now we do any reduction if possible. In this case, it is possible. And we can divide across the top. Multiply across the top. 1 times 1 is 1. Over 5 times 1 is 5. And that is our answer. So, really quick, this second fraction that we are flipping, the word for that, the mathematical word is reciprocal. And it is spelled, let's see if I could spell it, reciprocal. The fancy math way of describing what a reciprocal is if you had a number, 1/2 for example, the reciprocal of a number is always the number that when you multiply it would make the product equal to 1. That's the fancy way. The casual way of describing a reciprocal is just you turn a fraction upside down, right? And so the reciprocal of 3/4 would be 4/3. The reciprocal of 3 would be 1/3 because 3 is 3/1. And that should be it for dividing fractions. Thanks for listening.